I'm about 3 years removed from my last days in college, and I never want to set foot back in a classroom ever again. Now, I say that with so much passion, but there were a lot of things I did learn in college. For one, always show up on time. Matter of fact, be 15 minutes early. Number two, always bring your book. You never know when you may have an open book test. And number three, take very, very, very good notes. Now, for those out there who may think, well, this is all I learned in college, that's about half of the story. But one of the most important lessons, a life lesson that I learned while in college occurred during my first tenure at my first ever job, which was a retail job at Steinmart. Let me put this on to reminisce for a minute. I decided to get a job at Steinmart because my mom actually took on a second job to help me throughout college. I originally majored in architecture, and architecture is very, very expensive. I'm talking about spending thousands of dollars per month just for supplies. So I figured, what better way to show that I'm really serious about what I'm doing, but better way to help myself, and that's to get a retail job. I was the cashier, but not only was I a cashier, I was a stocker. I came in early some mornings, as early as 5 o'clock in the morning, in order to stock the floor. Unload the truck, stock the floor, change my clothes, and switch over to cashier. I performed so many roles at Steinmart, but I learned a great lesson as cashier, and that's with dealing with customers. You have all types of customers. You have customers that are nice. They won't give you a hard time. You have customers who want their coupons, and you have customers who, what better way to put it, who steal. We've all dealt with it. But you have your regulars as a customer, and I had a lot of them, but there was one guy who stood out particularly, and his name was Arnold. Arnold was a high-rolling customer. He spent thousands of dollars each time he came in. Now, for those particular customers, the bosses at Steinmart love to give the red carpet treatment. Make sure that he had all of the coupons. Make sure not to give him a hard time. Just totally do what he says. Legally, might add. But Arnold had something about him. I could be ringing up somebody's clothes, merchandise, and I could see Arnold hit the door. He walked in very confident, very, very confident, knowing that he was going to spend another $1,000 or $2,000. But for some reason, he always, out of all the cashiers we had, he always came in my line. I could have 5 people waiting in my line, and the next cashier could have 1 person waiting in his or her line, but he would always sit and wait for me. I was the designated cashier. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, what's wrong with that? Well, it would be nothing wrong with it if Arnold played nice. This particular event happened during what Steinmart calls 48-hour sales. Has anybody ever heard those 48 hours?
Yes.
That's when from Friday, usually about 8 or 9 in the morning, to Sunday at 6 in the afternoon, a full 48 hours, you get the best deals year round. 50% off this, 75% off that. So naturally, I'm dealing with a lot. I want you to imagine the store with 6 lines, and they're all from the cashier to the back of the store, winding through the store. It's very hectic. People waiting outside the store just to get in and be the first on those deals. And you have a customer like Arnold. Well, it was one particular Saturday. I was up working, got there at 8 o'clock, ready to open the store at 9, and needless to say, there was a lot of people. But I saw Arnold hit the door. He made it through the lines just to get to the back of the store to get the clothes that he always gets. And what do you know? He steps right in my line. I'm having 20 people in front of him, but he decides to step right in my line. All right, that's cool. Well, Arnold makes it up to the cashier, who was I on this particular day. He puts his clothes down, and I'm standing. How you doing, Arnold? Arnold never talked. Never gave me any expression. He hardly even looked me in my eyes. But he's my serving customer. Find everything you need, Arnold? Nothing. one thing that really got to me about Arnold is that he always would slam his money on the counter. I don't know why he did it. I have no clue. But when I said your total is $998, with all these people in the store, he'd take out his money and slam it on the counter. Now I know what you're thinking. What is with this blatant disrespect? I didn't know what to think. We was always trained to serve the customer. Don't get too emotional. Customers will come at you in different ways. So I did what I was taught to do. I didn't show any emotion, collected myself, and just picked up the money and proceeded on. While people around me are looking like, is he just gonna take that? Did you just see what he just did? All sorts of comments. I couldn't react. This is my job. I'm in college. I need the money. So I did what I had to do. Every time I tell this story, some people laugh and some people don't laugh. But the one thing I learned from Arnold is to never judge a book by its cover. I say this because it probably could have been my fault. I never asked why Arnold did this. I never went to management about it. I just did what I was taught, and that was to be a cashier. You can't judge people by the emotions they display or the actions they do if you don't try to understand it. And quite simply put it, I didn't try to understand it. I didn't question it, I just took it. I took the disrespect, quote unquote. So when you're out in your day and somebody does something that seems very aggressive or seems very out of the blue, as long as it's not inflicting any bodily harm on you, try to understand it and question it before you judge. Thank you for